Professor Crane today. He gave me an idea where I can kind of like structure the stream so we can have an idea. We don't want to wing it kind of anymore. So we can have an idea as to how long we're going to spend in certain subjects, what subjects we're going to talk about. You know what I mean? So that way we know we're not going to spend like 2 hours in a stream. So specifically in this one, we're going to talk about the different tiers for the vendors. So we're going to talk about that. Also, we're going to talk about how to apply for those tiers and what to do to really get approved for certain tiers. So I hope you guys join. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's wait a few minutes for to allow other people to come in. Okay. All right. I believe we have 9 people so far. Can you guys, if you guys are joining from Facebook, make sure that you allow Facebook to kind of like give Facebook permission to show your name. Mr. Professor Crane, what's up? The ball, what's happening? Mr. Edwards, we're here, we're here. There was some kind of confusion with the time zones, but we're here. Let's do it. Let's get this party started. Like I said at the beginning, I have spoken with Professor Crane today, and he gave me some idea. I think Professor Crane is Lee. Can you correct me if that's correct? Or correct me if that's wrong. Yeah, Darnell, my apologies. I started late because there was some confusion with the time zone, but we're here. I spoke with Lee, I believe it's Professor Crane, and he gave me some ideas so we can actually structure the live stream in a way that we know how much time we're going to spend here live. Also, we're going to, touch on the subjects we're going to talk about. So there are 3 subjects or one subject specifically that we're going to talk about that is going to be divided in a few other subjects. So we're going to talk about the number of tiers that you can apply for business credit and how to be approved for different tiers. People say there are tiers up to like 5, 6, 7 tiers, but I don't think there's so many tiers like that. Hey, thank you, Professor Crane. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate the conversation today, the tips, always the willingness to cooperate with the community. I appreciate that. Again, so we're going to structure this correctly. We're going to spend about an hour speaking about the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and I will say tier 4 applications. And you guys may be familiar with that. There's a tier 1, which is when you're just getting your feet in the water in terms of business credit. That's a tier 1 when you haven't done absolutely nothing about business credit, you haven't applied for anything, and you're starting your journey about what business credit is. So let me know, guys. It is my pleasure, Lee. Thank you so much for the willingness to really speak with me and to cooperate with the community. Let's allow a few more minutes. We have about 15 people on. Guys, just so you know, I have set up a Patreon account. As most of you know, I don't have any affiliate links, or I'm not really monetized on YouTube. So all this content is really provided to you for free, but I have actually set up a Patreon account in case you guys are willing to really contribute with the channel and the content that we put out. Keep in mind, guys, that it takes me really hours to, edit all the videos that I put out. It takes me hours. Sometimes, I run a small company, so I have to wait until later at night for me to be able to edit the video and put it out for next day or for a few days, schedule it. And just the editing, guys, it takes me about 4 hours. I mean, sometimes I have to go to bed at 2 in the morning or three, because I put a lot of work into uh, putting out quality content for you. If I care about you, really, I will make sure that the video that I'm putting out is of quality. I don't think it do you justice. I don't think it does you justice just putting out something with a bunch of mistakes and stuff like that, or dead air where you're wasting your time. So I want to just make sure that I cut the video correctly and I put it out in a way that I appreciate your time, and therefore I'm gonna put out like good quality content so you can consume it. Um, you know, and definitely you can see the time that we put in it, not something that is we just winging it and just for the sake of putting out a video. So we want to really um, put time into it and make a quality video for you guys. All right, who else is on? Let's wait a little longer. We have 14 people uh, on the live stream. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions so I can start answering that. But we're going to start quickly, soon. And again, the topics that we're going to talk about, it's the number of tiers, the different tiers for net 30 vendors and business credit lines, trade lines. So we're going to talk about all the different ones. So let me know, guys, if you have any questions before we get into that. Let's see here. Okay, perfect. Darnell, That's good news, man. That's definitely good news. That's good news. Absolutely. So you try it again. Charles White, you guys know him because he's been a huge contributor to our channel. He actually told me that when a company denies you, that you don't give up so easily. So try to get in contact with them and really communicate with them. Okay, so don't give up so easily. Get in contact with them, figure out, connect with somebody, and figure out why they are denying you. But they're now, I'm really, really glad that you try a different time and they definitely approve you for your DUNS number. Now you know what the next step is. Try applying for the first tiers, those starting vendors. Try applying for them so you can get approved. Okay. If you have any questions or need help with that, just reach out. I gotcha. Professor Crane, what net 30 is was your favorite? That's a good question. To be honest with you, my favorite, oh man, it's hard to decide between Quill and Office Depot. And the reason I say that is because those two companies are very aligned with what I do as a business. So for me, it's very difficult to decide between those two. If I had to go with one though, man, it'll be home the Office Depot, because they seem to be more responsible when it comes to reporting. So again, it's a tough one, but I will go with Office Depot as one of my first because I think Office Depot was my second company that I applied for. Suma was my first, and then I applied for Office Depot. I applied for Quill third, but they did not approve me right off the bat. They asked me to place orders for 3 months, for 90 days for them to approve me. So um, I hope that answers your question, Lee. I will say Office Depot is actually my favorite, just because of the fact that they were more personable with me. They took more time to really speak with me rather than just brush me off and say, go ahead and place order for 90 days and contact us back, which was the case with Quill. That's what Quill asked me to do. Okay, so let's take these away. Um, Murphy, Javier. Hello, Wilbur. I'm in tier 2 and still nothing on my Paydex. Javier, that's a slippery slope. Let me know what kind of accounts do you have for your tier 2 account? What kind of trade lines do you have? And I have for you two questions. Number one, what is the dollar amount that you ordering from this account? Number one. Number two, do you know how often they report to the business credit bureaus? And number three, which business credit bureaus are they reporting to? So that's very important. If you answer those three questions, I think we can get somewhere. Again, what's the dollar amount on the orders you're placing for this tier 2 vendors? Number two, do you know when do they report these vendors? And number three, do you know which credit bureaus are they reporting to? Javier, if you can answer that, that will be really helpful. What did you do different this time? If that's a follow-up question to your favorite, my favorite, what I did different this time is to make sure that I was actually in control of my reporting. Okay, I knew what was reporting and when it was reporting and uh, what was reporting, when was reporting, and how much was being reported, and where it was being reported. So that's what I'm doing differently right now, having more control. I showed you guys that I have a I actually have a Excel a sheet that I keep track of all the orders, like when I order, what I order, when it's due, and when should I pay. It's very important because remember that um, these companies they're tracking your payment history and things like that. So that's very important. That is one that I have never tried to get myself. Yeah, you're right, Lee. You can have one or the other, but however, though, if you are trying to get those five plus trade lines reporting to your credit business bureaus, it's always good to have an extra one because one can be reporting somewhere, but the other cannot be reporting to the same place. So you want to have like a variation of it, just in case. I got Suma, Crown, Churchy, Home Depot, AutoZone. Oh wow. Uline Granger, BP, Shell, Rex, Speedway, Ron. I'm buying more than 70 of them. Yeah, that's an excellent start, Javier. That is excellent. That's definitely tier two. I'll say the Home Depot. I'll say the Home Depot is kind of like tier three, but definitely with um I was gonna ask you with Brex, how were you approved with Brex? Are you using it as an expense management or did they extend you a line of credit? I'm really curious to know, um, Javier. Speedway, what did you have from Speedway? Do you get is it a Speedway? Is it a fleet card or fuel card or what is it really? But good start there, Javier. I think you're doing pretty awesome. Once you have all these accounts reporting for at least 90 days, Javier, man, you can definitely move on to applying for fintech companies and well, fintech companies, they base their approval and line of credit more on your cash flow, so to speak. But with this movement, if you manage to have all these companies reporting to your business credit Experian and Dun& and Bradstreet, you can move on to Sam's Club and Best Buy and all these companies, man. That's a really good start. BP reports every 3 months. Oh, ouch. That makes a lot of sense, Lee, because when I spoke with my representative about this card, he said, after you start using it, reach out to me in 90 days and then we can apply for another, like the MasterCard that you have, Lee. So he asked me to wait 90 days and then I can ask for that MasterCard. And I suppose, Lee, that you can use that MasterCard anywhere. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, but I think my representative said that you can definitely use the MasterCard BP at any gas station. All right. I am in the Facebook group. Walt, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I wanted to share the other financial tips with you to help others build wealth. I believe you're trying to say, not just credit. Walt, I will definitely appreciate that. If you can definitely reach out to me, we go over the information, and I can even feature you in one of my our videos. We jump on probably in a live cast like this one, a live stream, and I can have you as a guest. I can definitely have you as a guest, man. Um, so let me know. Speedway and oh, FleetCor. Yeah. FleetCor is the same company that underwrites BP, if I'm not mistaken. So FleetCor is the same underwriter. Let me see. Yep. FleetCor BP and Speedway is a FleetCor Technologies car. So you're right, for sure. This is my little stack of goodies. Yes. So Lee, it's a fuel car. Yeah. Yep. So Speedway is a fleet car. Brex as startup company charge car. Oh, yeah, gotcha, Javier. Gotcha. Just added nav as a tier one. 43 flags. Hey man, thank you so much for joining the live stream. I appreciate you, man. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. We have a lot of information there. Yeah, Nav, the advantage of Nav is that you can track your Paydex score as well as your Experian. And also, I think your personal credit score, you can track it on Nav. And also, your monthly membership payment is reported to the credit business bureaus. So that's a huge plus, 43. Let me know if we can serve you in any way, man. Thank you, Lee. I really appreciate it. Have you applied for any big business credit cards? Queen. Um, well, look, I had a conversation with Lee today about that. So it depends what kind of credit card you're talking about. Now, keep in mind that banks like banks like Chase, Bank of America, and these big traditional banks, they will never extend you a business credit card without personal guarantee, ever, unless you're making 5 million plus a year and you can support that with documents. They will never extend you a credit card without personal guarantee. So that's that. That's for traditional big banks like Chase, Bank of America. I think American Express at the beginning, when I formed my business in 2016, I got 3 cards from Bank of America under my business name, but they were personal guarantee, all of them. So, you know what's funny now that I come to think of it? Yeah, anyways. So Bank of America will not extend you a credit card without personal guarantee. So Queen, I hope that answers your questions. Please let me know if that is not the case. Don't forget about Equifax. Companies do use them. I was recently denied because I have a weak profile in Equifax. Yeah, yeah, again, that varies because not all companies look at Equifax. And this is why I always advise that you have more than 5 trade lines reporting to your business credit, because while one may be reporting to Experian, that same one may not be reporting to Equifax or Dun and Bradstreet. So you want to make sure that you vary and you have more than 5. I'll say 10 to 15 trade lines reporting to your business credit, so you can cover all of them. That's my take on that. Oh, let me see if I can get more comfortable here. That is actually my take on that. 30 days old. All right. Look, Walt, I can definitely help you. Even if you're 30 days old, I can help you build business credit. Let me know. Just shoot me a message. You can either shoot me a message directly, shoot me an email. I'm gonna put my email here. You can shoot me an email, and I can go ahead and help you definitely to set that up. So that's my email, and that's the company's website. Okay. Um, yes, and Equifax. That's correctly. ADP is a nice trade line to if you have employees. Oh, that's interesting. What is it, managing payroll through ADP? Can you elaborate a little bit more on that, Walt? Hi, it's true the Shell Fleet Car reports each 6 month. Oh my goodness. I do have a Shell car, but I did not know. William, are you talking about this one? I did not know they reported like every 6 months. Holy moly. I've had him probably for, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months. It's very important, guys, to know which train lines do you have and how often they report. You have to know this information forehand, guys. It's very important. Otherwise, you're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna get all these fleet car business cards, and you're not going. You're expecting for them to report monthly, but that's not the case. So educate yourself. I always advise that you guys get in contact with a person in the underwriting department, the credit department, not the underwriting department. The underwriting department is just before you get approved. But after you get approved, get in contact, form relationships with the credit department, speak with them, figure out how often they report to the business bureaus. So that's very important, you guys. Got 3 companies reporting on DMB. Just sign up with NAF. Should I sign up for another net 30 before heading to level? Yeah, Curtis. Curtis, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you coming on the live stream, as well as William and everyone here, Walt, Professor Crane, uh, Queen. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I will recommend Curtis. I know that sometimes we get tempted that we want to apply everywhere, but please wait until you have at least 10 to 15 trade lines. It may sound like a lot, guys, but it's not a lot. You can get approved easily for like 5, 6, 7 trade lines easy. The trick is just to have all those trade lines reporting to the business credit as soon as possible. So I will say, Curtis, don't stop at 3. Remember, these 3 companies are probably, and you're saying it on your comment, they're only reporting to DMB. You need companies reporting to Experian and Equifax. Heck, even like Credit Safe and all other credit bureaus. What business credit card I can apply with a 51 score in Experian? None. None. No credit cards. No business credit card will approve you with a score, number one. Now, see, if you have like an incredibly good cash flow, like you have tens of thousands of dollars of cash flow a month, you can definitely apply for one of those fintech companies. They base their approval, or actually the amount of credit they extend to you is based on your cash flow. So, but I will say with 51 credit scores in Experian, I wouldn't apply for any business credit card. All right, guys, let's stick to the program. Now we're going to talk about tier one and tier two, tier three companies. So let's start. Let's start with tier one companies. So for tier one companies, guys, and we're gonna try to dedicate probably 20, 30 minutes, probably 10, well, not 20, 30 minutes. Let's do about 20 minutes per subject, and at the end, we're gonna have a Q&A, okay? Queen asks, once you have all them reports, you have to constantly buy from the vendors. That's an excellent question, Queen, and that depends. Now remember that we're getting business credits with a goal in mind. We're not getting business credit just because. Okay, we want to get business credit with a goal in mind. Okay, we want to make sure that what is your goal? What is that you're trying to achieve short term, that you're having all these vendors report into your business credit? And what I mean by that is that, let's say you want to apply for tier two, for a tier two company, or you want to apply for Home Depot, and you are barely at, tier one. So what you want to do is order from at least 3 to 4 vendors that can report to your business credit, and that those reports will give you a boost on your Paydex and your Experian. If you can get if you can get your Experian to be about 85 or 90, and you have a minimum of 75 on your Paydex, then you can proceed and apply for these Home Depot's, Best Buy, Lowe's accounts. Now, again, to your question, you don't have to be ordering constantly. It depends on your goal. Okay, if you have a goal of, accessing, if you want to access funding, for real estate, or you want to have enough business credit to access business credit card, then you have to build your way up to there. So you don't want to go ahead and just start ordering randomly and spending your cash flow probably in things that you're not going to utilize. So keep that in mind. So have a clear goal in mind, and then you start working on that goal. You know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense. All right, so guys, all right, so tier one companies. So I wanted to talk to you about tier one companies, and I'm gonna just breeze through this subject because I know that probably most of you, judging by the comments, most of you are past the tier one applications. The tier one companies is for people who are starting building their business credit, okay? And hopefully they have been in business for at least 2 years, and they want to have some accounts reporting to their business credit. So this is the reason why tier one exists. And when I say tier one, though, I will say maybe some of you will disagree with me, but Tier one, it's I will put there Suma, Office Supply, Strategic Network Solutions, which might be owned by the same person. Probably NAF too. You can consider it tier one because all they're asking you is to pay a fee and they'll report that payment to the credit business bureaus. I will say also Incredible. Who else? All these companies that they actually ask you for a fee up front. These companies I would consider usually like tier one. Some of them they tell you that if you don't get approved, they will return the fee, but that rarely happens. Come on, you think that you're gonna pay them $100 and they're gonna give it back to you just because they want to be no, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. But those companies I consider tier one. Okay, if you need to get your Paydex going and your experience, I will suggest that you apply for those companies that I just mentioned. Okay. Um, let me see if I can put them here. I pull here tier one companies. Tier one companies. Let me know, guys, if you have any other companies that are not included here. I will say A, Suma, Office Supply. I will say B, Strategic Network Solutions. I say C. I will say NAV can be C there. D, I will put in there. I will say, let me see. Crown Office Supplies, because they ask you for a fee. Like if you guys have any others, let me know. But these are the tier ones in case you're asking which companies can you get started with. I would recommend that you get started with those ones. And some of them, they will even ask you for a $199 fee to apply. Now, it's the same concept as the $75 that Suma and Strategic Network Solutions ask you to spend for a product that you are probably not going to use. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're applying for these companies. Lee, Shirtsy, yeah, I would consider Shirtsy to as a tier one, and 43 Flex is actually seconding that motion. So why don't we do Shirtsy there as well? Let's do E, let's do Shirtsy as well. So Shirtsy, yes, Darnell, if you are trying to start building your business credit, Darnell, all of these companies right here, they will help you propel your business to potentially report to Dun& Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. I know for sure that Shirtsy reports to Experian and Equifax. So go ahead and Darnell and do that. Business T-shirt Club. Lee, a question. Isn't that the same as Shirtsy? I may be wrong. Is it a different company, really? Yeah, Incredible. You're right. I mentioned Incredible. Amsterdam printing. Yes, Amsterdam is a good one as well. They approve you pretty fast. You know what? Let me include those there too. Let me include Incredible, Amsterdam. I would say that Uline too. I may be wrong, but I think those for now are good ones to get started with. They are different companies, but do the same thing. Okay. All right. Good to know. But yeah, perfect. So guys, okay, these are companies. Now you can definitely come back later and take a look at these companies that were these companies that we're suggesting, because you can come back to the video later and write these companies down, because they can get you started if you're starting to build your business credit. Okay, guys, I want to take a pause and also remind you to, if you can, I mean, I just got my Patreon on. If you can go ahead and click on the link, I'm gonna put a link on the description on this video, and you can click on the Patreon. And if you can consider, definitely making a contribution, we will appreciate it. And the reason for that is because since we're putting all this content for free, we definitely appreciate. You know, we're not monetized by YouTube, and this will definitely help us, mitigate all the time that we put in these videos and help us continue. This is time that we take away from um, our, company, from our family, and we put these videos for you guys. Hopefully, they're adding value to you, and if they are, please consider making a contribution. We'll greatly appreciate that, man. Okay, Uline is definitely tier one. I agree with you, Lee. So I'm going to include it here as well, because I know that Uline, it's definitely considered a tier one. So I'm gonna put it here. What about Gramplers? Gramplers. What is it called? I will say that that one is also considered a tier one. What do you guys think? I mean, we're almost moving away um, from this tier one, and then we're gonna jump on tier two. And guys, when I tell you that I have all this credit, I mean almost $100,000 in credit. That's not even counting the Quills and Office Depot and Uline and Amsterdam that we have an account with, or we have Shirtsy and all these accounts. We have these accounts, Crown Office Supplies, but we do not count that as trade lines. We should, but we're only counting the tier twos that we have. Also, okay. Okay, got it, Lee. Got it. I'll confirm that, by the way, Lee. But as far as I know, Gimplers, they were considered like a tier one. They approved me pretty easy. So, how about? Do you guys have any takes on HD supplies? Have they approved you? Are they easy to approve? I don't know if you guys have any take on that. But guys, take note on these tier ones, as we're going to move now to tier two. Let's see, tier two. So I'll tell you what do we have in tier two companies. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I think Quill has similar guidelines, but you're right, Lee. I think I heard somebody else saying that Gimplers, they're not as easy as before. They were pretty easy to approve you for a trade line, but I guess that they're, uh, you know, tightening things up a little bit. Okay, HD supplies pulls from Equifax, and they are harder these days. Yeah, you're right. I think I applied once for HD supplies, and they denied me. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to give up. I'm gonna call them directly. I'll pick up the phone, speak with them, and just tell them. Sometimes it's good to personally call these people and let them know that you're a real person. Let them know the people that you have accounts with, and they may consider you. I mean, I was telling you guys how Charles White, he always, tells me how you don't have to give up when they deny you. Just keep persistent, and there's in some of these companies, they have tens of reps, and some of them may give you like mixed information. You can get one person that may approve you right away. So keep that in mind too, guys. Yeah. So. So tier two companies, let's hop on the tier two companies, guys. Take note or come back to this video if you want to take note on the tier one companies. So the tier two companies, so let's see, tier two companies, we have tier two, I will say we have um, definitely Staples. Staples, I'll consider tier two. Um, I want to say Quill too isn't it's a tier two. Office Depot, which is right there with Staples. Office Depot, Office Depot. Um, I will say also, would you say Sam's Club as well? I'll say Sam's Club. Um, Home Depot, I will, keep it there with tier two. Um, who else, guys? Shall we put the fleet cars there? Huh? What do you guys think? Amazon Net 55 just asked me for my letterhead. Wow. At least, Javier, at least you were asked for something, but Amazon denied me right off the bat. I didn't have any, they denied me outright. All right, guys, I have to Amazon next week's direction for my letterhead. That's awesome, Javier. Just do that, man. You can just go ahead and create a letterhead with your logo and stuff like that. That's perfect, man. AutoZone, yes. AutoZone is a tier two for sure. Let's continue working, guys, on the tier twos here. So, okay. So, Shell, I will say that Fuelman is there. BP, what is the business solution? What does it say here? Business solution plus. right? Oh man, Exxon Mobil. Who else? Exxon. I will throw in there Amazon too. Um, so Amazon. Who else do I have here? Let's see. VP. Lowe's. I'll throw in Lowe's there too. Lowe's. Would you guys say Best Buy too? I would say Best Buy too is okay. Best Buy. Okay. So it doesn't let me put anything else. But I will put there as well. I will put the flying. I will put there pile of flying J. I'll put this one here too. Let's see. I'll put this one here too. Let's see. I don't know if I can talk to you guys about this car. I've had this car and I was approved. This is a credit card. I was approved, no PG. Okay. This is a MasterCard, no PG. I was approved. It's been more than, I don't know, probably 3 months or so, and I haven't been able to use it. I haven't been able to use it. Um, what else, you guys? Let's see, who's there? Fuel cars, AutoZone. The best part of fuel cars is the secure version, if need be. BP Solution Flying J, be careful when applying for multiple fleet cars backed by WEX. Yeah, so that's a good point, Lee. Um, this is my first WEX card that I was approved for. They approved me for $5,000 for this one. Now, the good thing is that this is backed underwritten by WEX. So when I apply for this one, they asked me for a deposit. Okay. So when I apply for this one, they have asked me for a deposit. And I asked them, why are you asking for a deposit? And they say, oh, well, it seems like we see in our system that you already have another car with us. And they suggested that because it's underwritten by the same company, WEX, they suggested, hey, look, this is just a suggestion if you want to do it. If not, that's fine. But would you be interested in splitting your current credit with ExxonMobil and split it with Shell? I'm like, of course. To fuel my cars with ExxonMobil, I have to drive about 15 minutes. But with Shell, I have a gas station like really around the corner. So I say, of course. So and then I say, you know what? Go ahead and put 3,000 on Shell, and then the rest, the 2,000 remaining, just put it on ExxonMobil. So that's what I did, and it worked out perfectly because now I have both 3,000 on Shell, and I have 2,000 in ExxonMobil. So just to give you guys an idea that you can definitely distribute your current credit with an underwriter. If you have credit with FleetCor, you can definitely do that as well. Okay, just to give you guys an idea there that you can play around with your already approved credit. So just a heads up there. Let's see, Dell Business Credit. Sears. Have any of you guys been approved by Sears for business credit? That's a good one. That could be really a good one. I think Sears is approved, is underwritten by Citibank, if I'm not mistaken. If you guys can confirm that, I appreciate it. I think it's underwritten by Sears. Um, I mean by Citibank. I'm sorry. Dale, how? Let's see. How you know when you're ready for tier two? Oh, that's easy, Darnell. That's very easy. Just make sure that you have been ordering consistently from the tier one vendors. Okay, Darnell? If you have been ordering for at least 90 days from the tier one vendors, just make sure that those transactions are being reported to your business credit bureaus. And that's how you know you when you're ready. Again, make sure that they've been reporting for at least 90 days and that your Paydex is above 75 and your Experian is above 80, on or above 80. Okay, anybody? All right, so I hope that answers your questions or no. This is how you know you're ready for tier two. Make sure that five or more trade lines have been reporting to your business credit bureaus, and that is Experian, Equifax, and Dun and Bradstreet. Very important. Once that is been happening for at least 90 days, move on to tier two and apply for those companies that we have here for tier two, these companies. Okay. This. Okay, we're almost moving to tier three companies, guys. Um, are they still in business? That's a good question. Is Dell still in business? I think Dell isn't Dell a publicly traded company? I could have sworn that Dell is a publicly traded company. Let's see. I'm gonna open here my Robinhood. Let's see if Dell. Indeed, Dell, it is a publicly traded company. So if you can get a trade line with Dell, that's pretty good. Yeah, their shares are like at $80 a pop. Yeah, Dell's shares are. Oh, you mean Sears? Yeah, I think Sears still in business. Yeah, I think Sears still in business. I mean, there's a store here in my state. They should be still in business. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Sears still in business. D Whoop, you're not late for the class, man. You're right on time. Grab a seat. William here, but Wilbo, I tried to split my Shelfly Karma with another Scout account, and the underwriter told me that can do that because my credit was revolving. William, can you tell me what kind of shell fleet card do you have? And make sure that the other fleet card that you are trying to apply for is underwritten by the same company. Now, remember that WEX underwrites for Shell. Now, if you have a revolving though, that may be different. Does that make sense? If you have a revolving shell card, that's different. So just make sure that both of the companies that you're trying to split the credit with are underwritten by the same company, because if WEX is not the underwriter for both of the cars that you're trying to get approved for, then that's true. It wouldn't make sense for them to split that credit. Dell normally gives a nice trade line for this one. Do you know what are the qualifications, Lee? What are the qualifications for Dell? I will consider Dell on a tier three company though, because remember, guys, when we talk about tier three companies, I'm gonna let you know some things, because tier one and tier two companies, guys, they they will not ask you to have in place things that tier three companies will ask you for, okay? And we're gonna get into that a little bit. So tier three companies, they will ask you for things that you will have to really get into that. Dell pulls from experience. Javier, do you have an account with Dell? Let us know, man. That will be interesting to know. You should have about 7 to 10 trade lines reporting. I agree with that, Lee. Let me close this here. I was shutting my blinds. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. It's good to have it's good to have 10 to 15 trade lines reporting to your business credit bureaus. And you have to make sure that all three bureaus are being covered. The way you know that all three bureaus are being covered, it's having a NAF account. Okay. Let me see something here. So make sure you have a NAF account for you to be able to track all three credit business bureaus. You also want, let me see, you also want to have an open account showing, yes, guys, it's very important. Some companies, they will ask you to have cash in your business account, and they use Plaid. The Plaid technology is an API technology that allows them to see how much liquid cash you have in your bank account, your business bank account, that is. So that's why some companies will ask you to log in your bank account online with Plaid for them to be able to see what's your cash flow, access your bank statements, as well as to see how much cash you keep in your business bank accounts. Let me know, Javier. I will be interested in knowing your turn around that, how that turns out rather. So let me know. Okay. So we're almost entering, guys, on the tier three conversations. Uh, let's see. I look at my, let's see. Yeah, DMV gives you a dollar amount suggestion. Even if a vendor is looking at your Paydex on Dun& Bradstreet, Dun& Bradstreet will suggest for them to give you a certain amount. for you to be approved. I believe you have to pay for that service as well. I'm not sure. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Let me see this here. Sorry about that, guys. Little break there. Okay, so yes, how do you get your Paydex? Darnell, I will suggest that you get an account on NAF, and I'll send you a link, Darnell, so you can go ahead and I'll send you a link. Let me send you a link, Darnell, so you can sign up with NAF so that you can definitely track your Paydex, your Experian, and your Equifax with Dun& Bradstreet, with NAV. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second, guys. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's see what else. What else? If you sign up for NAF, you can check your Paydex or you can go to DMB. Yes, you're right, Lee. The advantage with NAF is that you can check Paydex and Experian on it. Hey, John, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you about. What are you up to, man? I thought I wasn't gonna see you, John. What's going on your side of the world, man? Talk to me. If you sign up for NAF, you can check your Paydex card. John, what's happening, bro? Talk to me, man. Yes. So, okay, so if you sign up for NAF, the advantage, like I said, is that you can see actually all, you can see again Experian, you can see Experian, you can see your Paydex from Dun& Bradstreet, as well as you can see your Equifax. All right, guys. So uh, we're going to pass on the next tier now, tier 3. All right, so tier 3, guys, start telling me where the tier 3. I have a few, but if you can let me know. So tier 3 companies, I will say tier 3. I will say Brex, the Brex card. I will say who else? Brex. Um, I also will say Dell. We talked about that. I will say DB, right? All this company, the fintech companies. I'll say all fintech companies. I'll say Spend Hub. It's a tier 3. Who else, guys? I'm not gonna mention all the fintech companies. There's so many of them. And there's some of them that I refuse to mention, but I'm not gonna mention all of them. DB and Spend Hubs are two that I'm familiar with. I've spoken with the owner of Spend Hub. I've spoken with executives from DB. So these companies I can speak of because I've interacted with them. I know, and their platform is so good. What else? Um, DB, Spend Hub, Dell. Um, I would have throw in Sam's Club there, but I'm not really sure. Let me see what you guys are putting in here. Um, vehicle financing. All right. I'll buy it. Let's do, I think Toyota. I've heard people talking about Toyota being approved for Toyota. I'll put here or any vehicle company. Who else, guys? Um, I'll say any credit card, bank credit card, conventional banking credit cards. Conventional banking, business credit cards. That's what I would consider really tier three. There's a lot of confusion really in tier two companies, really. Yeah, so Ford, yeah, those are really vehicle companies. Okay, so I'm really glad that we were able to stick to a subject. We've been here for about an hour or so, and this is what I'm trying to do, guys. So let me know what are your thoughts on that. Really having a subject to touch on a set time, so we're not like kind of like wandering around and saying and not knowing what to talk about. So this is the format that we're going to Zoom every time we get on a live stream. I have a set subject, how much time we're going to spend on every subject, and have a Q&A at the end. And I appreciate Lee for suggesting that format. It really works. Um, it makes sense as well. So let's see. What do you guys think? Okay, guys. So very important. Darnell, I'm not sure if you're around. Darnell, can you let me know if you're still around? Darnell, let me know if you're still around. Ooh, my camera went out. All right, I have to switch cameras because mine went out. Um, Darnell, can you let me know if you're still around? Okay, Darnell. Let me know, Darnell, would you be if you wanted to track your Paydex and your your Paydex and your experience in Equifax, let me know. I'm not sure if you have my email, Darnell, but shoot me an email and I'll get you set up with that. Um, Also, guys, I am going to wrap it up here. I don't want to seem like I'm a little distracted with you guys, but I really wanted to convey this information to you. My camera went out, it ran out of batteries, but I still have the computer's camera. Darnell, please send me an email. Let me know if you have my email, Darnell. If not, I'll just, post it in the comments. Um, Do you guys have any final questions on tier 3 companies? Darnell, let me post it here in the comments. So I posted a comment in a Facebook group and I got bombarded with hundreds of DMs on my Facebook. And for me to be able to track all these people, so I asked them to just send me an email so I can help them with, they need help with building business credit. So guys, if any of you are, you need help with business credit, let me know. I posted a link of my Patreon on the chat. Also, I'm going to post it in the description down below for this video. I'm going to post a link to my Patreon. You're going to have 3 tiers on my Patreon. Whether you're starting a business, building business credit, that's tier 1. Whether you have already started and you're ready to move on to the next level, that's tier 3. And whether you have been for a while on tier 2 and you want to move on to funding and business credit cards, that's tier 3. So I assure you that it is, incredibly affordable, because there are people out there charging you $4,500 and you just have to make a monthly contribution with Patreon. In my Patreon, 50, 100, and $200 are the contributions. So I'll appreciate it if you guys did that. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. There are 15 of you still. I wish I could stay a little longer, but we've been here for almost an hour and a half. Unless you guys have any other questions that we can answer for you, please let me know. Otherwise, I think that's it. Let's see. Let's see. I think that's it, guys. If you have any questions, post them now. If not, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up and call it a day. I appreciate each one of you guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Go ahead and subscribe. We appreciate each one of you. Also, visit our website. Here's our email on the description down below. I'm going to post a link to my ebook. You can also make a contribution to our Patreon. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Lee. Thank you for all the contribution, Lee, that you have done to this community. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. I talk to you soon. Bye.